Welcome ladies and gents, today's car is more of a van, the new Toyota Proace Verso Electric. Let's check it out. The Toyota Proace features a 136 horsepower electric engine. This is the only version, but you can choose if you want to have a 55 kilowatt hour battery or a 75 kilowatt hour battery. That will result in ranges between 230 and 330 kilometers, which is quite okay for a rather big car. But I guess the more people you will have in the car, the heavier it gets, and therefore you will lose some of that range. But since electric cars are mainly made for in and around city use, I guess that will still be okay even if you're on your way with your 6 children. The general driving impression in the Toyota Proace is rather pleasant. You have a very high seating position, and what I really like is you can put your arm right here and you have an armrest on that side, so it is a very comfortable and relaxed driving. You just feel like you could go thousands of kilometers in this car, which is pretty nice. There are 3 different drive modes. You can select them via the button right here. It's either power, normal or eco. I guess most of the time you will be on your way in normal mode, because in eco the climate and the power of the car are limited. Of course that will give you some more range, but while driving it doesn't feel very good. So I guess mostly you will use normal, and the power mode, that does not really make sense either, because driving an electric car you will want to go at maximum efficiency. So normal is, I think, the way to go. As it's usual for electric cars, the Proace features the B drive mode that will have higher recuperation if you take your foot off the gas pedal. You feel the difference the moment you press the B button. The car will brake and get slower and slower. And if you deactivate it, the moment you take your foot off the gas, the car will sail, just as you know it from any other electric car. B should be your go-to mode, because that way you will always recuperate a little more energy. When it comes to charging, you can find the socket right here. It can go up to 100 kilowatts, and then it will take 45 minutes for the bigger 75 kilowatt hour battery to recharge to 80%. For the smaller one with 50 kilowatts, it will take around 30 minutes. If you charge the car at your wall box at home, then it will take 4:45 for the small battery and 7 hours for the big one, which is okay because you can plug it in overnight and then get on the road in the morning. The Proace is available in 2 different lengths. The smaller one measures 4 meters and 96 and the bigger one 5 meter 31. If you have big enough parking spaces, you should definitely opt for the longer version, as it only costs around 1,000 euros more. This is definitely a family car. You never know. One time you didn't watch out, boom, 6 children. And then you're driving your van, that style. Fully relaxed driving, the kids in the back, screaming like hell. Yeah, I can already feel it. Or the classic. Dad, I'm hungry. Hi, hungry. I'm Dad. Classic dad joke. I'll be honest with you guys, the space in the back right here is quite good. I mean, look at this. You even have a little bit of leg room left. The headroom, of course, is quite decent. I mean, you could definitely sit with 3 people back here in the last row for a few hundred kilometers. A thing that does not really feel up to date is the infotainment system, as it is rather small. If you compare it to other cars out there, most of them have bigger screens. That one it's still okay. You can see everything, that is true, but for my personal taste it could have been a little bit bigger. Not very much, like 3 to 4 centimeters bigger, and then it would be the ideal size. But what I like about it is you have physical buttons for different functions. For example, music, navigation system, your phone, vehicle settings, everything is there, and that is pretty nice. You don't have to search for these in the menu via the touchscreen. So that's good. The Proace is also available in a delivery version, and then it's just called Proace Electric. And I guess I'm going to take that one for a quick spin. At the rear you will instantly notice the first difference. There is no longer one big door that opens to the top, but 2 small doors that open to the side. Behind that you will find a huge loading area that can take up to 1,275 kilograms of load. I mean, look at this. There is so much space in here. Can fit quite a lot of packages here, and of course you have another door where you can get out some of your load. I have to say the delivery version of the Proace feels a little more rugged. You have less comfort, I would say. Of course it makes sense, you don't need it for delivery drivers, and since you don't have any passengers, only cargo doesn't need a good ride comfort either. So I guess that's okay, that way you can keep the price a little lower, I guess.
Indeed, the delivery version costs around 16,000 euros less than the Verso.
So my final verdict on the Toyota Proace Verso Electric: it is a very versatile car that features a lot of space and is really nice to drive. Well, of course, it doesn't look that nice, but if you have a lot of children or will transport a lot of things, or if you have a lot of friends, then this might just be the car for you.
Prices for the Proace Verso Electric start at 58,500 euros in Germany.